happening, folks? Gerald here, aka JFro90. Very excited to come at you with another reaction, and this is one I've been meaning to do for a minute, but it's like I couldn't quite make my way into doing for a good while. But I watched the movie Casino recently, and it made it a must because if you know Martin Scorsese movies, and I know I love Martin Scorsese. He's one of my favorites. For Goodfellas and Casino, he uses the song "Gimme Shelter" when that's like the big montage of business and murders booming. That's what he would cue "Gimme Shelter" for at least Goodfellas and Casino, and I love both. Those are two of my favorite movies. And but I noticed though, I never noticed before that the version of "Gimme Shelter" that they used for Casino was not the original. The female voice in that was not Mary Clayton, who's the original singer for, who's the original vocalist on there. I know about the original song because I saw the documentary 20 Feet from Stardom about the background singers years ago, and that's also where I got, you get the most in-depth story of the great legend herself, who's still with us, who still sounds incredible, Miss Lisa Fischer. The movie Casino, they use a live version of "Gimme Shelter" where Lisa Fischer, who I already covered and who I am a huge fan of, shout out to Lisa Fischer, she is out here still tearing these microphones up. And but I've never seen a full performance with her doing the song, and I've only heard like those little bits and pieces of her on the vocals in the song. And I know the original version all too well. I know Mary Clayton's voice on that version, all incredible. I get goosebumps every time you hear the voice crack. That there's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. But I don't have a Lisa Fischer performance to compare that to, but I have no doubt that for as long as Lisa's been touring with the Rolling Stones, and for what I know Lisa Fischer's voice to be based off of the one album and How Can I Ease the Pain, I have no doubt that Lisa does incredible things. And you hear bits of it in Scorsese's use of that version of "Gimme Shelter" in the montage in the movie Casino, and it's like, I need to hear the whole song. And then luckily, to my surprise, there's a video for it with Lisa. So that's what we're here doing, and I'm excited to see it. Before we do, need you guys to go ahead and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, because the goal for my channel in terms of subscribers is 10,000. We can get there, but I'm gonna need your help to do it. And so now, without further ado, this is "Gimme Shelter" with the Rolling Stones and Lisa Fischer. All right, come on, baby. Come on, Lisa. Come on, girl. Come on, Lisa. Hang on, I want to hear that again. I want to hear that. I can't even front. I want to hear that again. Oh, that's my girl. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Richard. Lisa.
Yes. Yes.
This is the Maharani
Fischer. You know what's funny? I'm quite sure. I'm curious if it ever has come up with Lisa Fischer that is so funny because, again, one of my whole things in doing this channel, if you can't tell by a lot of the stuff I do, is that I'm so much more into R&B than... R&B is my favorite genre, but I have love of all the genres and everything. But it's like, if you ask me to name songs from the Rolling Stones, you're going to get like a few or something like that. versus Lisa Fischer has only one album that came out in 1991, and I can tell you all about that album. So it's like, it's so funny in that I wonder if it's ever been a case where, you know, she's toured with the Stones and with Luther Vandross and with Tina Turner and with so many great acts, and it's like, I wonder how often she has a scenario where it's like, girl, I'm more familiar with you than the band you're behind and stuff. And it's funny, but oh my God, Lisa Fischer, oh my goodness, she's incredible. She is absolutely incredible. She is absolutely incredible. I love me some Lisa Fischer. Oh my goodness, that voice, that took me out. Woo, my good. And then she looks so good. You know, we have matching micro braids. Mine happens to be a wig, but I love how hers looked. Hers looked so good, and her whole look. Love the red and the way she was wearing that black dress. My goodness, Lisa Fischer, my girl. Whew, and she still looked good, and she still sounds incredible. That's what matters. That's what matters. She still sounds incredible. Whew, man. So shout out to you, Lisa Fischer. Shout out to the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards. And shout out to the Rolling Stones for recognizing the talent of Lisa Fischer. Like, man, and really using it to the potential and everything. Really using that voice. Whew, man. So what I need from you guys, give me some more Rolling Stones recommendations in the comments below. Would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you enjoyed this reaction, please go ahead, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification, share it on with your friends and whatnot who would dig me and my ever-changing hair. And remember, the goal for the channel is to get 10,000 subscribers, and we'll get there, but I'm gonna need your help to do it. And I just appreciate every single one of you who have subscribed and who are subscribing. It means a lot. And if you want to follow me on my social media, that's in the description below. If you like to donate, tip, that's also in the description below as well. And it goes a long way. If you see the heart thing, not only just for me, but for all your favorite YouTubers, make sure you tip. This is hard work. This is a lot. Like, not only necessarily the filming part, but that editing, I'm not a fan. But we do it. We do it. And we get very little. and besides the satisfaction of engaging with you guys, a lot of us don't get that much with it. So you could also sponsor a request. If it's a request that you want to see me do as soon as possible, fast, like by the end of the week, then, you know, just let me know that this is what the tip is for, and it's greatly appreciated. And I will absolutely get you the results as soon as I can and as best I can. And also, the same can be done if you join my Patreon. Become a patron on the Patreon. That's in the description below as well. On there, you're going to get early access. You're going to get Patreon-only videos. That's the stuff YouTube blocks, and they be blocking. And your messages, your requests, your comments, all of that stuff, they have a priority there over all other social media platforms, because, you know, Patreon helps me live, and we like living. So thank you, and shout out to my patrons. Shout out to my guy Mike. Mike also, he recommended this song, but not necessarily this version, and we already discussed that. It's like, okay, so I kind of, unless there was a video performance or video footage of Mary Clayton with the Rolling Stones, I didn't need to do the audio, basically. Because, like, I know that version of the song very well, but I wanted to hear the whole Lisa Fischer version, and I also wanted to, like, it helps to have a visual, because I have one other Rolling Stones video on the channel, but that was a lyric video. So it was great to have a performance that goes with it, especially since we're dealing with Mick Jagger here, one of the greatest performers of our time, one of the most expressive and creative people of our time. We're dealing with Mick Jagger and Keith Richards here, like two of the biggest performers and touring acts of our time. And it's like, I don't need to know a lot of the hits to know that, you know. And so I want to see them on the stage. I want to see them doing their thing, and it's great to do that. So shout out to my guy Mike, and shout out to, again, all of my patrons. And I appreciate every single person who pressed play on this video. And beyond everything else, please take care of yourself and each other.
I can feel everything that I want.